Good morning, everyone. This is Kelly with I Own Me ×3. I know it's been a little while since I recorded a video. However, I think you can hear in my voice that I've been ill from the smoke in the area. We just had 2 more fires pop up yesterday. They are, I would say, 3 acres in size right now, but they are putting off smoke, which I am highly allergic to. So I decided today, instead of doing, a video on whatever topic I came up with, that I'd take you along with me to Springerville. This is McNary. This is on the reservation, the White Mountain Apache Reservation. We just completed the fair, the annual White Mountain Apache Fair and Rodeo. Today, they are wrapping things up at the fairgrounds in White River. And I just wanted to bring you along with me because this is such a beautiful stretch of Highway 260 East going out toward New Mexico. You remember in another video I mentioned Holly Lake, Hawley Lake, and it is one of my most favorite spots in the White Mountains. I have a few sacred places up there that I go to pray. We will not be turning off on that turnoff. I believe it's 273 South. And there is a man-made lake at the top of the mountain. And there are campgrounds up there and a tiny little hotel. And there's also some cabins I mentioned before. And so the White Mountains is famous for our aspens. About this time of the year, the aspens start to turn gold. The leaves start turning gold. And this is a major tourist area in the month of, actually 2 months, late September and October, when the aspens are starting to turn. So I thought you would enjoy the landscape. And today we are expected to see some monsoon activity. I hope so, because it'll help knock this smoke down. There's not a lot of smoke this way, but there is towards Show Low. One of the fires is in Seneca, and that used to be an inhabited area. Today, it no longer is. Everyone started moving out of there. For what reason, I'm not sure. That happened long before I came to Arizona to learn about the Apache side of my culture, the White Mountain Apache side. So I do have 3 Apache tribes and 1 Cherokee tribe. My mother's mother is a full-blood Cherokee from the Carolinas. And so when I make decisions or I'm going through challenges, it is customary for us to lean more toward the matriarchal side of decision making. We are natural born leaders, Cherokee women. We are very strong negotiators, and we can stop a war. So anyway, you will notice very soon coming up, we'll be coming up on the turnoff to go to Holly Lake. So I'm going to stop talking right now so that you can enjoy the view. It's starting to get a little dark because of the monsoon activity rolling in. So let's enjoy this stretch of country as we go into Springerville. Show you where A1 Lake is. That's the first lake we're going to come up on. I'm not able to move the camera. It's sitting on a tripod above my stereo right now in a stationary position. So I will not be able to pan over. But I will let you know where the turnoff is. This highway is between McNary and Sunrise Ski Resort. There is plenty of wildlife. Elk, bear, white-tailed deer, a lot of large game resides in this area. There is an organization called White Mountain Apache Game and Fish. I don't have their number right offhand, but you can Google it and find out. If you're interested in hunting, you can find out through them pricing for hunting season. Oh, it's Highway 473, not Highway 273. some people are crossing the highway. Let us slow down for them. They're going into Big Bear, Little Bear, across from the turnoff. I'll pull over a little bit so you can see the sign. Here it is. This is the Holly Lake turnoff. Oh, and there's a fry bread stand over there. Some tribal members will come out and put up a fry bread stand. It is delicious food. Everything is made fresh. You can get fry bread and beans, Apache burger, a pork steak with a freshly cooked tortilla, all types of foods, all different types of ways that they make what they now call sandwiches, but it's in a freshly made tortilla instead of bread. Sunrise is roughly 8 miles from the Holly Lake turnoff. See how these aspens are starting to turn at the very top. Campers are leaving the area now. They came in for Labor Day weekend. This is a huge tourist attraction for Memorial Day, July 4th, and Labor Day weekend. All summer long. This is Horseshoe Lake Road, right here. I've listened to a lot of fishing stories about catching large fish in that lake, Horseshoe Lake. To the left is Bog Tank, B-O-G. To my right is Mount Baldy, and only tribal members are allowed in that area. It is one of the most sacred mountainous areas in the country. If you would like to go up to Mount Baldy to do hunting, you will need a guide who is a tribal member. If Game and Fish finds you up there, they can fine you and ask you to leave. That's if they come across you without a guide. Even if you have a permit, you're not allowed up there without a guide from the tribe. This video will be longer today because I have not been able to film in a couple of weeks due to upper respiratory health issues. And thank you in advance for your understanding. Things happen in life. And this is what happens when people who are sensitive to smoke of any kind are exposed for long periods of time. Striking beauty in this area. This is A1 Lake to the right. It's a smaller lake, but people do catch fish out of there. And in about 5 minutes, we'll be at the sunrise turnoff. This is 273. That's the junction for Sunrise Ski Resort. Excuse me, I'm a little foggy today. I've just now felt well enough to film today, so please excuse me. Now we're heading into Greer. Springerville's about 21 miles ahead. Greer is a beautiful area as well. You will see how they used the highway in this last forest fire in the summer, earlier this summer. They used the highway as a fire line, and that's basically what stopped the fire from doing any more damage. And you'll see some of that on our way into Springerville. It is beautiful, lush, and green out here. Railroad trail right there. Let me get this set up again. I apologize for the bump. This road is rather rough through here, just so you know. See the wild sunflowers? Let me scoot up here. There we go. Those are my favorite flowers. Most favorite. very soon we're going to pass a sheep crossing. And there will be signage letting you know that there is a sheep crossing. And those guys just, they cross. They don't, watch for anyone. They're just crossing the road. So that's something to consider as well. I'm trying to manage the camera not falling, or the tripod falling over as I'm driving. So Junction 373 will take you into Greer. It's a charming little town, and there's several big restaurants there, a few Airbnbs, and some little mom and pop motels. Of course, there's arts and crafts shops, and people are selling their wares. People are very humble in Greer. They've been through 2 major forest fires. Here's the turnoff, which has nearly taken out Greer, but I'll tell you, people are resilient like anywhere else in the country that sees natural disasters on a seasonal basis. So they are very strong. They rebuild and never lose hope. This is some of the fire area that we'll be coming up on the right. See how half the trees are charred. They're black on the bottom. The grass is growing over the area that was once ravaged with fire. So even Mother Earth is healing this area. Coming up on the sheep crossing. I wonder if we'll see a herd of sheep go by. Now this little hill on the left is where they get their cinder to put down cinder during the icy, snowy season. We call them cinder pits. Back on about a 6%, 7%, no, 8% grade going down. And right in here is where the sheep crossing is. And I tend to slow way down in this area. Other people will fly through here like you are chained to a post. That's It's kind of Texas slang. Sometimes I'll use that since I grew up there. And in Texas, we have our own language. And that's what we call it, Texas slang. Big Lake is off to the right. You see that dome way out there? That's the high school gymnasium. We're almost to Springerville. You can see the scars on the side of the mountain. That fire broke out, I believe, back in 2010, 11, or 12. And the trees are growing back. It's a miracle. There has been some planting, but mostly they're regrowing themselves. What was left there is regrowing. We are very near West New Mexico. The borderline is not too far from Springerville. From McNary to Springerville, it's about, well, because you have to slow down some, I would say it's about a 40-minute drive. Springerville has a mix of RV communities and housing developments. So you get a pretty good blend of two different styles of living out here. You can have, well, three actually, with ranches being one of them. And then traditional housing, and then RVs as well. Somebody's in a hurry today. And the speed limit is 55. And this is a great community. The schools are, I am a semi-retired educator, and this school district has a very good reputation for educating K through 12 students. They also host the NPC, Northland Pioneer College, NAVIT program. So your family members who may still be in high school, they can earn a associate's degree while they're also taking their coursework for high school credits. So by the time they graduate high school, they can be ready for a bachelor's degree. And that NAVIT program is free to students. So they can be finishing up an associate's for free through the NAVIT program, NAVIT, and then be ready to move on to a bachelor's degree. up on. It's referred to as Eager Springerville, and the school district is called Round Valley. We're coming up on junction 261, which will take us into Springerville. This is such a quaint area. In fact, I am also drawn to the energy in this area, and I'm strongly considering settling down. Either there's the big lake turnoff, either in Springerville or St. John's. Now, if you want to know where the cheapest land in Arizona is, it's in Apache County and St. John's. You can get a 39-acre ranch for just under $30,000. This particular group of ranches has a community well, so you can put up your solar panels, bring out your generator, and do just fine in St. John's or Springerville. They have places that have firewood for sale here at the sawmill. Springerville for Northland Pioneer College, where students go on site to take classes in the distance learning classrooms. We're approaching downtown Eager. Favorite little places. There's an RV park just opened up. Springerville. So we're going to take a left. They just opened this Circle K right here on my left. There's an Alberto's across the street. Excellent. I mean, they're putting in more and more restaurants. Try to straighten up the camera a little bit. There we go. If you decide to visit Eager Springerville or Springerville Eager, please abide by the speed limits, because these two towns are very, very serious about people abiding by their rules and regulations and their speed limits. There's bashes. This is like the downtown area of Eager. You have an O'Reilly's, Dairy Queen. I love Dairy Queen. It's a quaint little two-town area that if you're raising a family, this would be a great place to do it. Here is Round Valley School District, home of the Elks. Now, they did go through some evacuations in this area. There's a Sonic. When Greer had the latest wildfire, everyone in this area was put on alert. So it was kind of scary for a little while. We are in Springerville city limits now. You'll notice there's a real estate office there. Here's the country store. And we can't go without a truck and trailer rental place. They rent tractors too. And then there's Safeway and Dollar Tree. We're going to take a little spin through this parking lot. Then we'll come out back out on 260 and go through the rest of Springerville so you can see what a charming place this is. The people are down to earth. They'll give you the shirt off their back. And I relate to that because pretty much in East Texas, that's how we are. So I feel very at home here. And this is the major shopping area. I've been to this little pizza place on the left before. It was Diddy's Pizza. There's China Garden. Verizon is here. Diddy serves pizza, burgers, chicken, and ice cream. Wow. That's a one-stop shop there. We're headed up to Junction 60, where you take a right and you're to the New Mexico border in roughly 20 minutes. Here's the hospital. Very small facility. This is the downtown area of Springerville. There's even a meat shop back there. It's called Rusty's. And there's the post office. They have several. Oh, there's the general store my best friend was telling me about. He loves to go Christmas shop there. Look at these cute little shops. There's also an archaeological park here. I brought my younger son over here one day, and we got on an old-fashioned wagon. There's an animal rescue thrift shop. And they pulled us around the archaeological park. There's the Heritage Center. And gave us a tour. To pull over. Pardon me, guys. Okay. I think I've got it now. Please pardon me. Okay. Well, pretty much the rest of it is headed out toward the New Mexico border. So we're going to turn around now. I'm going to show you the other end of town. This is like a truck stop gas pump place. Now, I have been considering purchasing an RV and moving it into one of the parks out here. But I haven't decided which park. I need to do more research and figure out which one I want to live in more than the others. Yeah, there's people coming from the White Mountains this way as well, headed back into New Mexico after the holiday. when I used to work at the college in White River, and we would have short holiday breaks, I would come back a day early so I could have a day to rest and unpack and do laundry before I went back into the center in White River. This is still Springerville. As you can see, there's hotels on this side of the road as well. Sapphire is a pretty famous restaurant and lounge. There's Junk and Java, White Mountain Motel and extended stay. So if you don't have an RV, there's also extended stay places. You can just drive your vehicle in. And this town looks to be pretty walkable. There's a little theater. I'm going to show you the RV park that I am considering, and it's just on the outskirts of town, and I'm not going to say this lonely town, but hint hint, one of my videos upcoming, standing on the corner. Anyway, there's a couple of new RV parks that have popped up out here. A new set of apartments. But the one on the left up here, this is called Grist Mill. Is the one that speaks to me most. I've been looking at this RV park online for some time now, and I had been calling over here from Texas when I was living in Huntsville, teaching in the prison system, and their little park models then were like $700. This is one of the park models up here on my right. This one here. They started out at $700, all bills paid, and now they're up to, I believe the last time I looked was day before yesterday, and they are up to about $880 a month now, and you pay your own utility. So I have decided that I will most likely purchase my own RV and move it into one of the other RV parks in town, because if it If it were to snow, like get significant depth, and they don't maintain this road very well, I'm not sure about that, it would be tough to get around. And this is the Chuck Wagon barbecue place next to the RV park. But there's some gas there, but there's no grocery stores out here. So I'd probably decide on something that would be more centrally located in Springerville. Looks like there's a little bit of nightlife there. There's 2 or 3 lounges and a tiny little theater, but I think they closed it down for whatever reason. But I just wanted to take you all along with me today. I apologize that I have not been able to film in the past weeks. So I wanted to make it up to you today and film coming out here to Springerville. And I hope you got some enjoyment out of this video. And I'm interested to see or read how many people would be interested in moving out to Springerville and raising a family in a place like Springerville. Drop me some comments and let's get the conversation started. Towns like this are few and far between now, with an excellent school district. So it's something to consider. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye now.